And at the meanwhile, before we tune in a couple minutes, if we can have everyone to find your playlist. If you haven't got one, I already copy and paste on the comments at the top message. So if you can find it and just get the Spotify open and have it ready on the side, and then I will have a countdown. So we'll have music in the background, syncing in your own time. Okay? So we're just gonna find a Spotify playlist now if you haven't already. So the playlist will be Nowness Flow with Koko. Okay, so when you're ready, I'm just going to have a little countdown, and when I count from 1 to 3, we'll press it together. Okay. Get your playlist ready. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. So I will have the music in the background a bit lightly, and you're welcome to turn up as much as you need, as long as you can hear me during the practice today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Koko, and I'm just really grateful to be able to be live and doing my first live streaming ever in my own space with you guys. And so as a community, we gather together in different places, different countries, different continents. It's such a beautiful honor to be able to practice with our consciousness all together. Okay, so first of all, we're just gonna find a seat. And starting to finding either in your cross-legged position or finding Vijasana hero pose. And just close down the eyes for a moment. And start to sensing your soft body. Noticing your breathing pattern, rising, falling. Noticing maybe this might be your first time of the day to fully pay attention to the inner self within. Without any controlling of the breath, simply listening deeply. A moment here to cultivate your own presence while we are sharing our presence with each other, virtually or in a spacious, cosmic direction, in every corner, wherever we are. And today I'm going to read you a beautiful, beautiful wisdom from the Power of Now. Nowness is the presence. Beauty arises in the stillness of your presence. Zen masters use the word satori to describe a flash of insight. A moment of no mind and total peace. As we call that presence. Presence is needed to become aware of the beauty, the majesty, the sacredness of nature. To become aware of such things, the mind needs to be still. You have to put down for a moment your personal baggage of problems, of past and future, as well as your knowledge. Otherwise, you will see but not see. You will hear but not hear. Your total presence is required. As we come together, we're bringing this nowness into our own presence, the inner self within us. Gently opening the eyes and starting to bringing your both arms reaching upward towards the sky as you're lengthening the spine. On your exhalation, we're going to bring your palms under your armpit and just bring your thumb fingers here turning upward next to your armpit. And close the armpit onto the rest of your fingertips. Good, and as we are here, just resting, paying attention with your awareness of your breath. Sensing the breath pattern coming in, going out in your nose tip. Either have your eyes open or closed. Spiritually, we are paying attention to the space in between the eyebrow center. Physically, we are paying attention to the nose tip of how the breath enters, how the breath goes out. Continue just resting your awareness here for a few moments as we're practicing this cool breath balancing pose. And this is balance pose here to really help us to release the blockages, pressures that sit in our energy knots. And using this practice here to really find a balance of the flow in your nostrils. In the right nostril and the left nostril. As these two nostrils influences the activities of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system in our body. So through this practice here, we're able to really balancing one side that may feel slightly blocked. If you personally feel your right nostril is slightly more blocked than the other, you're welcome to release the opposite side of your hand. Again, if your right nostril is slightly more blocked, then you can release the opposite side of your hand. And the other way, if your left nostril is more blocked, you're welcome to release the right hand, just to create that balance of flow. So for the female body, at this time, we usually feel more blocked on the right nostril. And just allowing a few more moments here in stillness, opening through this practice, balance of the breath. And we're gently releasing the hands from the armpits and release back down to your seat. So from here, we're going to gently to bring our posture together. For this posture is called whatever that you like to call. We're going to bring our hands together in the wrist and then gently to roll your hands together in front of your heart center and opening into a flower shape. So it could be any type of flower that you adore, a rose, a lotus. So we'll practice a couple times. Bring your wrists together, opening, resting. Beautiful. At this moment here, just practicing this gesture, this mudra here, and resting in front of your heart center. One more round. Beautiful. So we'll hold this, whatever symbol that means to you, in front of the heart center for a moment, and opening your eyes and gazing into this energy field right in front of you. Sending this intention, offering for our practice today. It could be anything that you're calling in today. Through this diversity, we can find in the inner strength through the yoga practice. Beautiful. So we're offering this energy here into your heart center, placing your palms in between the chest. Savoring this moment as it is. Wonderful, gently releasing the hands back down, finding your seat. So today we'll begin from the tabletop position and just have everyone come into tabletop. Okay, so we're going to place your palms down, knees down, inviting your tabletop all fours position. Spread the fingertips wide, open the knees. And just a moment here, we're going to shake it up in your own way. A little bit of rolling through the hips, shoulders. And honoring this moment here that we can simply flow without any limitation, any form. Just your own being with yourself. Maybe shake up the hips, shoulders, the neck. Beautiful. And from here, we'll gently come back to tabletop, finding the shoulders above the wrist. And finding the stillness here for a moment, knees opening, shoulder width apart. As you inhale here, starting to reach your head upward, melting the heart down, and finding a nice opening through your heart center. Good, on your exhalation, bringing your chin in, round the back, tailbone folding in. Finding this cat stretch. Again, finding a long inhalation, dropping the heart down, lifting your heart center. Exhalation, bringing the chin in, tap the tailbone, and fold. For a moment here, noticing your belly pulling into the butt duck. Again, inhale, finding the cat stretch. Nice belly pulling into the butt duck as you exhale fully. Beautiful. Now we're going to add in a little bit retention as you inhale, returning, opening the heart center. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Exhalation, bringing the chin in, round the back, fully squeeze air out. Finding a little pause, retention of the breath. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, returning to your stretch. Opening the throat, pause for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, belly pulling into the back. Chin tucking round the back, gazing towards the thighs. Hold for 3, 2, 1. We're taking one more round here. Finding your pace. Noticing this retention is an opportunity to really cleanse our internal organs from a little bit of pausing, creating a longevity of our breathing pattern to really build that capacity for the lungs. Okay, so if you haven't already, you're going to releasing back to tabletop and walking your palms away, finding the shoulder width apart with your fingertips. And now we're going to tuck the toes under, gently to lift up the hip, coming back up to our first downward facing dog. And checking in with your hands, the feet, shoulder width apart. And sending a nice movement here in any direction, any form that you feel like. Simply just shake it up for a moment. From the heels, the knees, hips, and your upper body. So as we are here, we're going to keep the palms pressed down as much as you can as an anchor. And just moving through your lower and upper body here. Fluidly, forward and back. If you like to bend the knees, sensing this almost zero gravity here to guide you through. Beautiful. We're taking a few more breaths here, just a few more movements to shake it out. Okay, so we're going to gently lowering your heels back down and finding a nice long stretch of the forearms, the palms. And a moment here to breathing in, gazing down towards your feet. As you inhale here, we're going to gently bend the knee, lift your toes up, and finding shoulders above the wrist. Almost come to a high plank position. On your exhalation, bend the knees, roll your hip back, and down, almost like downward facing dog. Lift your toes up. Again, inhale, shift forward, finding your high plank. Exhale, bend the knee, lifting the toes and draw your hip upward. Good, a few more rounds here. Shifting forward, high plank. Bend the knees, lift your hip upward. And now we're going to continuing to find this flow, almost like a dance, to find the rhythm. Could be slower pace, could be fast pace. Keep the palms pressing down firmly. And you can find this position could be burning of the muscles. Keep the belly here rolling forward and back. One more round. Beautiful. We're gonna landing back down to high plank. On your exhalation, drop your knees down, bending the elbow, tap your heart down, and just resting here for a moment. Good. We're gonna drop your belly forward. Inhale here, lifting your elbows, lifting your palms next to your rib cage, and just tap your feet down towards the earth, lifting your heart center. Keep breathing here softly into your belly. Good. And we're gonna place your palms down. Or maybe you like to come up to your fingertips, tuck the back toes, bouncing pose, bending the knee and drop your chest forward. Good, inhale, returning to tabletop again. On your exhalation, tapping the heart down, Ashtanga Dandasana. As you inhale this time, press your palms down next to your rib, bend the knees, and lifting your heart as high as you can with your own degree. Again, breathing in and out. Softly into your belly. Good. Exhalation, drop your chin. Palms pressing down next to your rib cage, tuck the toes. We're going to come up again, bouncing pose, lengthen the spine, drop your forehead down. Breath in, breath out. As we come back this time, bring your palms down, finding tabletop, tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to roll in your hip forward, finding high plank again. Shoulders opening. On your exhalation, knees down. Ashtanga Dandasana, drop your heart, chin rest. As you inhale, slide forward onto the belly. And palms lift up, heels grounding down towards the earth. Good. And just one more breath here without any straining of the breath. Exhale, tap your fingertips down, tuck the toes. Bouncing your hip back to the heels and rest here. Good. Inhale forward, finding tabletop. Exhale, lowering down, chest to the heart center. As you inhale this time, we're going to bend the knees and hands press down and lift your heart. Breath in, breath out. Good. And exhale, lowering down. Finding your hands, finding your feet, tuck the toes down. Roll up, downward facing dog. Good, 2 breaths here. If that feels good, to breathe out through the mouth. Just exhale and sigh. One more breath. Good. From here, we're going to draw your attention, awareness onto your right foot. Lift up towards the sky. On your exhalation, bend your right knee into the chest. It's time to send your right foot in front, between the palms. Good. And from here, we're going to roll your back foot to the side. As you come up here, bring your flower hand with you. Bring it into your heart center. Roll the hands. Exhale, coming back up. Keep your front knee bent. Inhale, hands back to the chest. Exhale, sending upward. Again, inhale, bringing back to the chest. Finding your offering that you sent into today with your intention. Taking 2 more rounds. Calling in. One more breath. Beautiful. I'm going to send your hands forward, down, right foot step back. Finding your plank. On your exhalation, lowering down onto your knees. And finding your heart dropping down, Ashtanga Dandasana. Inhale, slide forward. This time you can bring your hands forward a little bit more and lift your chest a bit higher. Bhujangasana. Good, exhalation, bringing your chest back down. Palms placed down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog.
Exhale fully. Drawing your attention this time to the left foot. Lift up towards the sky, opening the hip. Exhale, bending into the center of your chest. Hold for a moment. Good. I'm going to send your left foot forward between the palms and roll the back foot to the side, 45 degrees. As we rose up here, hands with your flower rolling upward. Inhale, rise. Back to the center, finding your breath with you. Good. As you come back to the center, sending your offering. Exhale, reach. 2 more rounds. 1 more round. Beautiful. Bring your arms stretch forward, palms pressing down, left foot step back. High plank. Exhalation, drop the knees. Tap the heart down to the floor. When you're ready, inhale. Bhujangasana, palms press down onto your fingertips and lift up your chest. Good. On your exhalation, drop the belly down. Palms press down, tuck the toes. We're going to roll back to bounty pose. Drop the hips, lengthen the spine, forehead rest. Deep breath in. Wonderful, and gently roll ourselves back up, tabletop, Adho Mukha Savasana, tuck the toes and lift up, downward facing dog. From here, right foot reach up towards the sky, opening. Bend the knees, step your right foot forward between the palms. And we're going to draw the back foot again to the side, 95 degrees. From here, reverse your arms and coming back to warrior 2, palm face down. And shaking the shoulders here, opening. Belly tuck in, your right knee above the right ankle. Inviting this alignment here as a warrior, gazing forward onto the middle hand. Noticing where you are gazing onto the front of your middle finger. Good, and from inhalation, we're going to roll your right arm forward, flip your front hand. Reverse warrior, right hand rise, left hand rest. And just opening, bending onto your front leg a little bit more. Good, 1 more breath here. Wonderful, and gently release your hands. We're going to lengthen the front knee for a moment, finding Trikonasana. So grounding the back foot, if you need to bring it closer, just find the distance you need. And we're going to roll your right arm forward. And finding the space, reverse your right hand down, left arm stretch upward in a straight line. Finding your drishti either on top of your fingertips or gaze down to your foot. And finding a little pause in between the poses to find this opportunity to return to yourself, to your presence. Wonderful, and gently reverse, come back here, bending the front knee, finding your warrior 2. Okay, for the next inhalation, dropping your right elbow on top of your right knee. And swing your left arm all the way, opening towards the front and lift up. Grounding the back foot here, soften your shoulder. Good, on your exhalation, we're going to soften your front knee. Lengthening and reverse your right arm up, finding your reverse triangle pose. Keep the front knee here without bending so we can breathe a little bit more onto the side rib cage, onto your fingertips as well. Wonderful. And now gently we're going to bring your right arm forward, rolling forward, back, forward, down to find your high plank. Right foot step back. You know what to do now, Vinyasa. As you exhale, find your way to lowering down. First option, drop the knees. Second option, bending the elbows. Inhale forward, lengthening the spine, stretch. Exhalation, tuck the toes, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Good, and breathe out, taking a couple breaths here. We're meeting each other in downward facing dog. Join your left foot elbow towards the sky, opening. On your exhalation, bending your left knee in between the chest, sending your left foot forward between the palms, and roll the back foot 45 degrees to the side. You know what to do, reverse your arms, finding warrior 2. Good, and a moment here to ground yourself forward, finding your palms opening, and just checking with yourself how we're feeling with the belly tucking in, shoulder rolling back. As a warrior, gazing with your drishti fiercely forward onto the top of your hand. Wonderful. For the next inhalation, just gently we're going to flip your front hand and reverse your right arm up, opening and bending forward onto your front knee. One more breath here. Wonderful, releasing the hands, reverse your knee. We're gonna checking in here if you have enough space. So we're gonna lengthen the front knee and then bring the back foot a little bit closer. Once you find a space, Trikonasana. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, reverse the left hand down, right arm all the way opening towards the ceiling. Back foot so strong. That is the foundation of Trikonasana. Just a little bit higher if there's more space. Wonderful, reverse your arms back. Taking a moment here, bending onto your front knee, warrior two. And we're gonna roll your left arm forward, drop your left elbow onto your left knee and swaying your right arm above, opening. One more breath here to gaze up to the top of your hand. Okay, on your exhalation, ground the back foot, lengthen the front knee, and finding reverse triangle pose. Lengthen the front knee and reverse. Breathe into the side of the rib cage. Good, and we're gently going to roll forward and finding your way to lowering down to plank position. And take a breath here as we exhale, lowering down together. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, leave the chest center, Bhujangasana. And take your breath as you tap the toes, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Good, and breathe out again, noticing your breath. Still flowing in and out. Beautiful. From here, right foot reach up towards the sky, opening. I'm going to gently bend your right knee into the center of your chest. Wonderful. Exhale again, extension. Inhale, holding into the center of your chest. Exhale, extension. This time, we're going to send your right foot as you turn your left foot here to the side, inviting your side plank, lowering your right foot next to your left foot. Inviting the space here, see if you can let go of your right arm to the side plank, and start to sending your left hip slightly higher towards the sky. First option, stay here. Second option, tap your right foot behind onto the floor and opening onto your wild thing. So you got two variations here today to find your space. Wonderful. We're gently reverse. Bring your right hand back down to the floor. Right foot step back. Finding plank position. Exhale. This time we are not going down. We're going to find downward facing dog. Wonderful. Now from here, left, reach up towards the sky. Opening. Prepare ourselves here to bend the left knee in, center of the chest. On your exhalation, kick and extend back. Good, again to bending in. Exhale, extend. This time, as we come to the side, bring your right foot, turning to the side and finding your side plank. Maybe first option, bring your left arm, lift up and lift up your right hip. Maybe second option, tapping your left foot behind and finding your wild thing as you open the heart center. Good. Holding here, one more breath. As we reverse, bring your palms back to find your shoulder width apart. Plank position. Exhalation, we're going to drop the knees all together. Finding your heart towards the earth. Good, inhale, slide forward. Finding Bhujangasana, lifting the heart center, stress onto the lower back. Wonderful, tuck the back toes. As you exhale, we're going to drop the chest and finding your bounty pose. Chest lowering down, lengthening the spine. And just take a couple breaths here through the nose. Good, as we come back to the center, finding tabletop. As we come to tabletop here, just a moment, tucking the toes, turning your palms towards your knee direction. So as we're working a lot onto the wrist, as we inhale here, we're going to press forward a little bit more, shoulders above the wrist. Good, on your exhalation, tuck your toes down. Start to lengthening onto your elbows. Press the fingertips down as much as you can. 2 more rounds here, inhale, rolling forward, shoulders slightly across the wrist. Exhale, to keep your toes tucked under, stretch fully. Good, one more breath. Rolling forward. Exhale back. Okay, and then gently come back to tabletop. We're going to bring your palms turning forward under the shoulders. And tuck the toes down. We're going to come up to downward facing dog. Checking in the alignment where you are today. Palms, your heels shoulder width apart. Keep your chest dropping down. So from here, we're going to roll your right foot up as you leave the right foot out. Good. On your exhalation, gently bending your right foot outside your left hip, gazing onto your chest. And just checking in a different space. Good. And as we're rolling back here, extending your right foot, and gently to bend your right knee in between the chest. And now we're going to drop your right knee down. Keep your back toes, keep tucking. And now start to opening your right foot to the side and starting to sliding the back toes all the way, finding pigeon pose. And bring your hands next to the side so we can finding a nice back bending. If there's any stiffness, you can keep the back toes tucked and lift up. And maybe finding the weight as you sit down. Okay. Breathing in again as you lift up the chest. Breathing out onto your front of the hip to support you. Okay, if there's more space, we're gonna roll in your chest forward, dropping your elbows, your arms, and just taking a couple breaths here in pigeon pose. Now you can let go of the back of your toes, release the heel. Breathing into the side of your hip, turning your left thigh bone down to the earth. So we can find a nice slowly shift to find the balance of the hip without overstressing. One more deep breath. Wonderful. We're going to bring your palms back under the shoulders. The way to releasing, tucking the toes behind you, lift your back knee. And start to sending your right foot upward, three-legged dog position. Good, on your exhalation, shifting your shoulders forward. Hold here for 3, gazing down the space between the palms for 2. And 1, bending the elbows, exhale down to find your chaturanga. Inhale, opening the heart center, lift up. Good, exhalation, tuck the toes. Fighting child's pose if you may need. Otherwise, downward facing dog to rise up. Exhale fully. Alright, so we're going to meet everyone in Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. If you haven't already arrived, you can draw your left foot upward, inhale, opening. On your exhalation, sending your right foot outside your right hip and gazing onto the other side of your chest. To keep the elbows strong, lengthening straight. Wonderful. Gently extending your right foot upward. As you exhale, bending your left knee into the center of your chest and drawing your left knee a little closer between the palms and shifting the back toes as you're sliding all the way back. Okay, finding your hands, back bending, lengthening, maybe lift your left hip. Exhale, sit back and down. Either keep your right knee tucked under to support you, or you can release the back heel. Once you find a space, you can gently roll forward to find a nice sleeping pigeon pose. Good, and we just keep engaging here onto the right thigh bone to grab your right thigh bone onto the earth really, really firmly. So we can shift the left hip back to the center. Again, just without overstressing the hip. One more deep breath here. Okay, and gently we're going to rise back up. Bring your palms returning under the shoulders. You know how to release. Tuck the back toes. Lift your back knee and sending your left foot up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog position. As you roll the shoulders forward, we're gonna hold here, gaze down for 3, 2, wonderful, you are there. And 1, exhale, bending the elbows, lowering down gently, and leave your heart center one more last time. Good, on your exhalation, open the knees, join the heels together, finding child's pose. And just taking here 3 breaths here to cultivating awareness of your presence that we're practicing today. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And finding this equanimity between the breath that is equal. No better, no worse. Okay, and gently we're gonna rise back up, walking your hands back. And finding ourselves here in our sitting pose, knees either joined together or open. Finding the seat, if you can be comfortably sit down onto your heels, please just find the space. Otherwise, you can place a block, pillow, if that's more comfortable under your seat. Alright, so we're gonna bring our hands together, your gesture, the posture that we practiced at the beginning. So we'll bring our hands rolling onto your heart center, flowers opening to the side, to the center of your heart. And just gazing onto the space again, the intention that we're calling in today for our practice. What are we offering to our inner space? And allowing your eyes here, either gazing onto that space you're offering or close down the eyes. Softening your breath here. As we get it together, just simply practice this oneness, watching this moment as it is. In order to still the mind, the breath must be calm. In order to calm the breath, the body must be still. So sensing this moment of stillness as it is, without trying to labeling or criticizing, rather just being in now, as it is, as it is. Beautiful, gently bringing this offering back again to the heart center, into the gland, the energy center in between the chest. Feeling your heartbeat, the warmth, the heat. Wonderful, and gently releasing the hands back to your thighs, your knees. From here, we're going to open the knees a bit wider and still sitting onto your heels if it's comfortable. So we're going to practice this one, it's called lion's position. So we'll bring you press your palms onto the floor in front of you between the thighs. Keep them shoulder width apart, fingertips pointing towards your perineum. And as you press down here, just finding your spine as long as you can to find your position in lion's pose. So we'll be cultivating and practicing this breath called lion's breath. As you inhale deeply through the nose. On your exhalation, stick your tongue out towards your chin and breathe out deeply. Again, inhale, lengthening the spine, bring your breath back to your nostril. On your exhalation, stick your tongue out to the chin and breathe out. Making the sound of ah sound. Inhale, returning through the nose, deep breath in. Exhale. We're taking 2 more breaths here. Lion's breath here is a breath.
to really cultivating, releasing the stress, releasing that flexibility that we can have in the belly and abdominal muscles. And really to release the stress that we have in our brain, the thinking mind. Beautiful. And gently returning to your long spine as we're finishing, walking your hands back to your seat. Bring your knees together now, and just a moment here, sitting up tall, palms back down to your thigh bones, palms facing down. Okay, so it's practicing a couple rounds in Shashankasana, similarly like child's pose, but a bit different. So when you're together, bring the knees together, drop your hips back and down. Inhale, bring your palms reaching upward above the crown, opening the shoulder blades, sensing your breath turning into the belly, chest, to the top of your crown. On your exhalation, rolling your hands back down to the floor, and maybe we can drop the forehead, chest all the way, similarly like child's pose in Shashankasana. Good. Inhale, returning, reaching your arms up high. Lengthen the spine, palms facing forward. Exhale, we're gonna roll forward to drop your elbows, lengthening, chest drop, forehead rest. Inhale here, rolling back up, opening towards the sky, lengthening the back of your spine. Now we're gonna adding a little retention as we exhale, drawing your chest forward, hands dropping back down to child's pose, and hold the belly in towards the back of your buttock. Hold the breath here on your exhalation for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, opening the arms up high. One final round here, deeply breathing in. Exhale, we're gonna drop your hands back and down. Exhale fully. Pull the belly in towards your back and hold the breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, returning arms, reach up high. And exhale, release your hands back to your sitting. Good, and just finding a moment here in your stillness, your awareness, returning this natural breath back to your seat, whatever that is. Long breath, short breath. Sensing the tip of your nostrils, the warming air or cooling air that enters and goes out. Once you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves back to Savasana position. So drawing your hip to the side and bring your back all the way down to your mat. So before we line down onto Savasana in realization, we're just going to bring your knees together. And open them shoulder width apart. Bring your hands all the way upward towards the sky, palms facing up above the crown. So we can drop your elbows now behind your crown. Good, as you ground the heels down, inhale, lifting your belly towards the sky. Squeeze the buttock, chin tuck into the chest. And hold here as long as it's comfortable. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Most importantly is to create space for the back of your neck, chin tuck in. One more breath here. Good, on your exhalation, drop your hip back and down and bring the knees into your chest, holding in, sending a little rock and roll side to side. Or for some of you like to rock onto your back, you're welcome to bring your knees opening and come up to your rolling up and down, a couple more rounds. Beautiful. As we line back down again into your knees, just sending your both knee into your chest for a moment. Opening your arms to a T shape, dropping your palms, and now to bring your both knee to one side. It could be the left side or the right side. Come to our final twist. Maybe keep one hand above to find a nice stretch of the spine, or maybe turning your head to the opposite side. Deep breath in and out through the abdominal muscles, rise up.
and then gently returning back to the center. Bend your knees into your chest and send them away to the opposite direction, finding your final twist. Again, you can find one side of your arm stretch above the crown to lengthen the spine, or maybe gently turning your face to the opposite side into your twist. And noticing a different direction here as we contract the belly. How can we pay attention to this contracting movement of your breath? Breath in and out. Wonderful. Bending your knees back to the center. Finding your final happy baby pose, hands onto your feet, opening the heels wide. And give yourself a nice rolling onto your lower back, middle back. And once you're ready, we're finding our final Savasana here. Either you like to bend your knees if that's comfortable. For some of you, like to bring your feet together in butterfly pose, or maybe opening the heels just the same width of the mat. And allow your palms here to resting onto your belly, or turning your palms to the side. Or checking the shoulders rolling back and down to the earth, chin tucking to your chest. Sending our awareness here back into your presence. And starting to cultivating that inner voice of quietness in the center of your heart. And letting go all the breath here that's being contracted, heaviness, just allowing them to release. As you're practicing the Nowness, it's simply just the presence of who you really are. Wherever and whenever there is beauty, this inner essence shines through somehow. And yet it only reveals itself to you when you are present. So feeling into each cell's vibrations, energy field within the body. And then gently to return back to your seat, to your comfortable sitting, Sukhasana, easy pose. Cross-legged position, and so just come back here just to tune in into your palms, back to your heart center. Together, we'll close our practice this afternoon together with 3 times of Om, wherever you are, however you are, just to send our vibration to each other. And take a deep breath in. Bow to your divinity within you as you bow to the divinity within me, as we are as one. And gently bow forward. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for tuning in today with me
And again, my name is Koko, and if there's any question, comments, please feel free to reach out. And during this time, I'm really hoping you to find your inner strength during this adversity. Such a beautiful transformation and practice. So keep your practice with you and reach out anytime.